y'all, what's up? What is going on, honey? What is going on? Jamie, that's me here. We are about to chat real quick about Real Housewives of Potomac. It came on Sunday night, and it was, I don't know how the hell I feel about it, y'all. I mean, it was interesting, you know. It was alright. It was enough for us to have a conversation about. Okay. So that's exactly what we are about to go ahead and get into. Okay. Make sure that you guys are coming into the video. You are liking the video. And if you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel as well. Okay. Hey, babe. Listen, I do have my notes over here for us to get into Real Housewives of Potomac. Shout out to the people that are here. Thank you guys for joining me. You could be anywhere, but you're here. So I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Mm. Y'all, last week I was really close to like first of all, it's sad that I feel like I'm not the only person in this same space where we're getting to a point where we could leave or take real, you know what I'm saying? Real Housewives of Potomac. Like it's just, I don't know, something's off so far. I mean, we only 4 episodes in, but I don't know. Like, it's just like, oh, okay, girl. Like, oh, it's on. Oh, okay. I guess I'll watch this. Like, I don't know. It's giving a little bit of love and Marriage Huntsville right now, where it's like I could leave it or take it. Like, I don't care too much. Like, whatever. But anywho, we're gonna get into this review because by the end of the episode, I did kind of feel away. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of people may have felt the way about the ending part of the episode. So they want to talk about it and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. Okay. But we're going to start off at the top of the episode as Miss Nneka opened up the show. Okay. So we see her picking her man up from the hospital. I'm sorry, not the hospital, but from the airport. All right. And on their way home, they end up getting a call from Miss Karen Huger, who pretty much lets them know, like, hey, we're going to do this game of pickleball and I want you guys to come out, right? And of course, all of the ladies are going to be invited, from my understanding. I think all of the cast members was there. I think this may have been the very first yeah, I think this was the first scene so far this season where everybody was actually there, even if they don't F with each other like that. So okay, cool. Now, Nneka, as soon as she gets off the phone with Miss Kern, she decides to talk to her husband about Wendy. She's like, so you know all the girls are going to be there. So that means that Wendy's going to be there too. I am sorry, but I cannot help but to think that Nneka's whole reason for coming onto the show is to come for Wendy. I mean, it was different times throughout the episode where I'm just like, okay, got it. Okay, no, okay, yeah, we see each other. Okay, yeah, I know your motives now. Okay, I got you. Okay. So, anywho, she brings up Wendy and her family being upset or whatever like that. What else did she say? It seems like she was trying to make it seem like Wendy was trying to keep her off the show or something like that. She makes it seem like they were trying to prevent her from being on the show when her interacting with these women. That's what she said. But this is how I'm feeling about it. One, that's third party information. And I don't think that you should ride so hard on what that third party person is saying to you if you haven't went to try to get any clarity from Wendy. Okay, that's third part. That's giving he say, she say. And girl, I don't even know if it's really damn third party because there's so many other parties involved before you really get to Wendy. So I'm not sure. Okay. Also, number two, to me, Wendy doesn't really seem like the type of person that's going to try to restrict you from being on this show or interacting with the ladies. I mean, I just can't say that that's what she would do, especially when she was so happy to welcome her friend. And I'm mad, I forgot her name, Kierna, I think is what her name is. She was so happy to bring her friend to the group or to Candiace or whatever. And she invited her there. So it's like, I mean, I don't think that she didn't want you to be on the show. I think if anything, Wendy would want to bring you on there because it might be somewhat of an alliance to her and somebody that can relate to her culture. So to me, I didn't really like, why would she not want you there? I mean, it just didn't make sense to me, but okay, Nneka. Nneka also brings up Eddie and how Eddie unfollowed her husband on Facebook, knowing that they went to the same college, she says. And then she also goes on to say that they were in the same program. They were in some type of, I guess, African American Association or something like that. Now, I have been in programs in college with people, other associations. I don't know them other. We just happen to be in the same. I may have seen you around or something like that. If we haven't done any head, just because we're a part of the same association, doesn't mean that we've done enough interacting for me to really remember you. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe I'm familiar with your face, but we haven't quite made the opportunity to really connect with each other just yet. I wanted to point out something else. Okay, I was gonna do it later, but it's on my mind because I don't want to forget. So let's see. Okay, so Eddie went to college. They went to the same college, and I think that, see, this is what's confusing, because I'm hearing that Eddie was a senior, whereas Nneka's husband was a freshman. So that's a really big difference there, if that is true. But then I think that Nneka, or maybe Eddie, somebody, I feel like they said this on the show, or maybe I'm tripping. I could have sworn that Eddie came out in 08 and then old guy came out in 07. Right? So whatever it is, whenever they went to college, I'm trying to get to the point of why this man may be on Eddie's Facebook. And this is what I believe, okay? And y'all continue to let me know y'all thoughts, all right? So what I believe is, y'all remember, okay, so when I graduated in 07. So I think right before 07, do not quote me, girl. Right before 07, or maybe I had already graduated. I remember Twitter used to be hot, but then Facebook came along. When Facebook came along, you couldn't even get on Facebook unless you had a collegiate email address. Like, you couldn't even get on there. You had to have a college email address in the very beginning in order to get on Facebook, because it was only for people that were in college. They opened it up, I believe, years later to everybody, but initially it was only for college people. So I kind of feel like, and I know I've accepted people on Facebook that I was familiar with, but not necessarily friends like with, but it wasn't that big of a deal because I wasn't posting a lot of stuff on there that I wouldn't really want them to see. Like, it was nothing major. So what I'm thinking is that could have been a possibility, to where they ended up friending each other based on the affiliation of actually going to the same college. Maybe they got on there around the same time and people was just adding people from their college or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking could have possibly happened as to why. Now, that's just one of the thoughts that I'm having. Y'all may have other thoughts, but that's just what I'm thinking. That could have been the reason as to why he even got on the man's Facebook. Because to me, Eddie, a lot of people tried to say that Eddie's facials was giving he was lying. No, his facials was giving genuine confusion. Like, one, I'm trying to remember when I even added you, and then two, at the same time, what the fuck is going on? Why is everybody in my damn face? And why are we making this a big deal about Facebook as well? I barely be on there. I don't have time. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the facials that I got from Eddie. Okay, so that's what I'm thinking in my head, and we'll get to more. But yeah, so he couldn't even get on Facebook without having a collegiate degree. So I know that, a collegiate email. So with that being said, I think a lot of people started befriending quite a few people that went to the same college as them, and other people they may have graduated with, and they searched their name and probably found that, oh, they're on Facebook too. Let me friend that person as well, because it was a cool app, at first, and everybody was just accepting folks. So anyway, that's that. Okay, so Nneka is gonna make this a thing. Well, really, I have to give Nneka, I have to be honest, she didn't necessarily make this a thing. She did by bringing it up to her husband about Eddie unfollowing him. But then the husband said, do you think I should ask him? She said no. She was like, no, don't ask him. Don't bring that up. Okay, so we're gonna give shout out to Messy Mia on that one. Now let's move on to Robyn and Gizelle. Gizelle brings up Juan, okay? And of course, she asked, is he coming to pickleball? I know Karen invited everybody and their significant others. And Robyn says, yes, he will be in attendance. So Gizelle is like, well, girl, the ladies gonna have a lot of SHI to say when your man get there, right, girl? Because, girl, the block is hot. And Robyn said, I don't give a fuck about the block being hot, right? Well, I just want to make sure that so these folks can do all kind of talking and everything that they want to do. But guess what? Me and Juan still not gonna give a damn. Okay, because I'm gonna ride for mine. Well, bitch, I've been riding. Bitch, it's been over 2 decades, and I just been here hanging on. So you think I'm not gonna continue to hang on? Well, that's exactly what I'm gonna do because that's just how I am. Exactly. And girl, continue to be the fool that you have been. I don't know why we're expecting anything different from you now. Okay, do you, boo? Do you? Anywho, I also want to say this though, Robyn. I find it so funny that now you want to be in this place where you don't care what anybody has to say when it comes to you and Juan, but you did not have the same vibe when it came to Karen and whatever was going on with her and Ray, or whatever was going on with Ashley and Michael and other marriages that's been on the show. You didn't really care about that. You felt like the conversations needed to be had. People needed to talk about things, right? But now that you're sitting in the hot seat, you want to move with this. I don't care. I'm unbothered. It doesn't matter. We're not changing anything. All of that. When you do that, in all honesty, it's you trying to convince us that, or at least not us, you're trying to convince your damn self that you don't care. When every little thing that you do for me shows that you actually do care, girl, because you automatically be on the defense. Automatically. And we'll get to that when we get to the pickleball event, okay? Now, Gizelle, she brings up Juan, okay? She brings up Juan and her having a conversation down in Atlanta. So y'all know they got this podcast. They decided to do another live in-person podcast. Juan decided to come along with Robyn. He ain't got no job. He ain't got shit else to do. Might as well travel for free with your wife. So he gone down there. I guess he decided to be hired as security for this particular time frame. So he came down there because Robyn had to hire him and give him a job because he needs it. And so when he was down there, Gizelle and Juan end up having the conversation, okay? Gizelle says that Juan was yelling at her. I believe it. She says he was yelling at her because of what Robyn told him. Basically, Gizelle didn't believe none of the lies that Juan was putting out. And I don't feel like Gizelle has to believe any of the lies. That's up to Robyn. You know what I'm saying? And Robyn gonna believe it anyway. So what else is going on? So he's over there yelling at her. And do y'all know Robyn's excuse? This is why I wanted to shake her ass and the table, because you do not hear how stupid you sound. That's what bothers me the most, Robyn. And I feel like for me, Gizelle has been worse than you. So I don't really, my irritation with you, to me, isn't as high as it has been with Gizelle. Okay. And I used to really like you. I used to really like both of y'all at one point. And it really kills me to sit here and watch you sound so stupid. This lady tells you your man been yelling at her, and your immediate comeback to this woman is, oh, well, you know, he was a basketball coach and it comes from him yelling on the field. I mean, on the court. Robyn, what the fuck? Girl, are you, what's going, what? You are a dumb hoe. Shut up. You are a dumb hoe. Shut up. That is what is given to me. Thank you so much, Charm Locks, for the super chat. Robyn's willful ignorance is low-key, high-key, insufferable at this point. And I agree. Thank you so much for the super chat. I mean, I was just like, girl, stop. Like, what are you doing? Like, it's just sad, y'all. Let me take this stuff off. Okay, I will keep that on. All right, but I'm just like, girl, you are so fucking stupid. Like, why would you say that? What else? Gizelle says that we don't have to talk about what he told her or what he said. Why? We weren't there. Paint the picture for us like you tried to paint the picture when it came to Chris being in your hotel room. And actually, my question is, where the hell was Robyn and the rest of the people? Did you and Juan go off to a room solo to have this conversation? Because you know other people's husbands make you feel uncomfortable when they do things like that. So if we're going to tell it, then we might as well tell it all. So no, let's talk about it. Let's talk about exactly what Juan said. And I do believe that he was yelling at her. And Robyn, you sound foolish with the whole, oh, he was a coach, this and that. Juan doesn't typically yell. I feel like, I mean, shit, we barely hear anything from the man, to be honest. But when he do talk, he's not yelling. So why would you say that? I don't, Robyn, girl, don't piss me off, girl. Do not piss me off. So basically, Juan denies engaging in any sexual activity with that woman, sounding like Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual relations with that woman, is what it's giving. And do we believe Bill to this day? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, ma'am. We do not. And we don't believe you either, sir. Okay, why is a woman flying in town to see a whole nother man, but then got you and goop the hell out you to come down to the hotel to pay for her room and stuff because you feel sorry? If you do not go away from us with this bullshit, you and Robyn, you don't care because you don't want to care because your ass bout just came out of depression. So, and I understand because you trying to hold on to the piece of sanity that your ass can get. Because remember when you weren't getting out the bed? And Juan was over there talking to you about you not looking to peeling and you not doing this and you not doing that. And you getting the kids Chick-fil-A and you getting up late and this and that. See, that's probably, I feel like around that time that you was feeling that, that's when he was over there probably dipping and doing it in the DMs with the lady. I think that he probably could have been talking to her around that time because you just wasn't as attractive to him. Okay? That's what I think. And now that you've slowly come out of that, you trying to hold on to whatever it is that you can by acting like you don't care. If you convince yourself enough that you don't care, then you might be in a better place mentally. So you got to do what you got to do, girl, for that mind, honey. But I mean, I would say get rid of them, but you're going to hold on. So keep your family together, girl. Anyway, what else happened? So after they talk on Juan, okay, Robyn said, oh, no. Robyn says that Gizelle and Juan don't ever have to see eye to eye because ain't nothing gonna change. And I also feel like she was letting her know you don't ever have to see eye to eye with him because he ain't your man. That's mine. He's not your issue for you to worry about. He's my issue. I'm the one worrying about it. I'm the one dealing with it. So girl, move on. That's what it also was giving to me. Okay. Now, because Robyn no longer wanted to speak on Juan and making her and Juan a thing, she decides to bring up Wendy and Nneka. And it was in that moment that I realized, boom, number one, this is the theme. This is what Robyn realized she is going to be able to use, in my opinion, to shield herself from the backlash of her friends when it comes to this man, Juan, and their situation. So she wants to thrust that to the front. But Robyn, your time will come. Right now, I feel like Wendy and Nneka are having a little moment. And I think eventually they might get past this moment. But I feel like Nneka probably going to do something else and they're going to be on the outs or whatever. But Robyn, your time will come. I mean, it may be delayed, girl, but it's still on its way. Okay. What else happened? Yeah, I said I don't like the narrative that they're trying to make it out to be that Wendy doesn't want the girl around and wants to be the only Nigerian woman on the show. I don't really like that because I just don't see that being Wendy. I just don't. To me, I just why, like, for what? Especially when she's already brought a woman on the show. That woman may not be Nigerian, but she still brought another woman on the show. Why would she not bring her in on the show? So I mean, I don't know. Some don't sound right with that, but whatever, girl. Let's keep going. So Candiace and her mama. So every time Candiace's mom comes around, she always got to inquire about Chris's finances. And some part of me gets it, you know what I'm saying? If he ain't bringing in nothing, but at the same time, I'm over it. Stop asking the girl about that fucking man finances, okay? It's clear that she's not leaving him. Whatever the hell he got going on, obviously she must like it and damn love it. I'm not saying that you have to, but stop asking her ass about that man finances. What I will say is that it's crazy as fuck, Candiace, for you to sit up there and complain about this man actually having a damn job and him being away from home, only for you to get the man to quit the job, sit his ass at the house. And I would assume that it's on your dime, even though he's over here doing chef opportunities and doing other, jobs when it comes to, his cooking and stuff like that. And I'm sure it's decent, whatever it is that he's doing. But I just think that's crazy as hell that you got him to come back home, sit his ass at the house, and then now you ain't even there. Girl, what? And I also don't think that I know you wanted more time with him, but I just don't think that's fair, in my opinion, that you get to go out and pursue what you want to pursue, and that keeps you away from the house. But then when it comes to him, if he really actually liked his job and enjoyed his job, like, I just don't think that's fair that you apply that pressure to him when he doesn't apply that to you and he supports you in what it is you're trying to do. So, and I'm not saying you don't support him when it comes to the cooking and stuff, but if he likes the job and it's paying him and it's taking care of y'all bills, like, girl, what? So, anywho, I didn't really care for that. What else? Her mama asked her about Robyn. And Candiace is still upset with Robyn for her switching up. And I don't really blame Candiace for being upset with Robyn, because Robyn, bitch, you did switch up. You spent the whole season trying to not be Team Gizelle, only for y'all to have a conversation, get your bitch ass to the reunion, and then back her up and uphold her in her fuck shit. And then sit up there and say, and girl, let me tell you, the way that karma came back and snapped and whipped your ass, sitting up there talking about some. I mean, at the end of the day, we all can, agree that no married man should be in a room alone with another woman. Well, bitch, where the hell was Juan and Gizelle at when they was down there in Atlanta having a conversation? Because I know the doors had better been wide open, because you wasn't even standing there for them to have this conversation, to even hear how loud your damn nigga over there talking to her anyway. So were they in a private area? Because remember what you said. So by your logic, it would be not a hotel or any room should they be there together alone. Hello? And it's just so funny because you tried to put that off on Candiace, girl. And then a few weeks later, what did we learn? We learned that your man paid for a bitch's hotel. Girl, you over here talking about no married man should be in a hotel room along with another woman, and your nigga over here paying for a bitch's hotel. And I'm sure it was for more than one night. And that is the gag for me. And but you think that you could sit your ass up there on that couch and think that ain't nobody finna bring that up? You're a fucking fool. You're a fool. You are a fool, ma'am. Yeah. So yeah, I don't blame Candiace for being upset with you in no ways, for real, for real. But I will say this. I don't blame her for being upset with you, but I do feel like because you did spend most of the season, trying to support Chris or having his back or whatever, I do feel like whatever the issue is that y'all have could just be some shit that y'all talk about. Just like y'all talked about some stuff earlier last season anyway, and y'all sorted through it and got through it or whatever. So I do feel like it doesn't have to be something that lingers on. So I don't necessarily disagree with what Miss Dorothy was saying. Now, Gizelle, that's different. Okay, to me. All right. But I feel like, girl, just cuss Robyn out one good time, had that conversation. Bitch, don't try me like that. Whatever, and move on. All right. What else? And I would like to see that conversation on camera too, because I would like to know I want Candiace to ask Robyn, how does she feel her comment aged for her? Because that didn't age well. I would love for Candiace to sit in her face and tell her, BIT, remember when you sat on that couch and you told me no married man should be in another woman's hotel room or anything? Well, how do you feel now that you know that your man that was married or whatever, engaged, whatever you were, how do you feel knowing that he actually paid for a bitch's hotel? Yeah, that's another reason why I want y'all to have a conversation. Yeah, because I want to see that egg on her face slide down. But anyway, pickleball day. Let's get to pickleball day. Okay. Let's see where we are. All right. We got over 400 people in the chat. Make sure you guys are coming in, liking up the video. Okay. If we could get to 200, that would be awesome. I'm going to tell y'all right now. I'm not Team Nneka nor Wendy. I'm just gonna call it that. I'm not neither one of them. Okay. And that's really just that. I'm just gonna put it out there as I watch this. So yeah, I'm not Team Wendy. I'm not Team Nneka. If either one is wrong, either one gonna get that scored out. Okay. Let's get to the pickle and the ball. Now, Gizelle and Candiace don't speak to each other. As all of the ladies are arriving, they not talking, and it's very obvious why they aren't. Now, when Robyn gets there, Robyn not fucking with Candiace. I'm not saying that she should or shouldn't, but Robyn's not fucking with Candiace. And Candiace is like, oh my God, I cannot think for the life of me. I'm wrecking my brain trying to understand exactly why it is that Robyn isn't talking to me. And I said, Candiace, girl, now you know I like you, but don't play, honey. You drugged the fuck out of her when you found out about that Juan situation. You did. You know why that lady not talking to you? Why you standing around there looking dumbfounded, thinking she finna walk up to you to speak? Girl, I wouldn't even want Robyn to come over there and speak to me. Girl, don't come over here. You do not have to come over here. Go over there with the same bitch that your ass was over there siding with at the reunion. How about that? You don't have to speak. I'm not gonna die if you don't. But anywho, now, Eddie, I wanted to highlight this. Eddie goes and he greets the guys. And he's like, what's up? What's up? What's up? He gets to Nneka's man and says, Eddie, right? I'm highlighting that because I felt like that would have been a great time for Nneka's man to say, oh, yeah, we went to school together. That would have been a great icebreaker, right? But instead, you just gave him a fist pump or a handshake or whatever it was and continued to stand there to look dumbfounded as you are, which was very interesting because then you tried to turn up towards the end. And when you turned up towards the end, it was really giving, okay, performative because somebody told me that I need to do the most. Something was weird, but yeah. So, anywho, Ashley, come here. Get your sit, listen. Put your hand in another motherfucking pickle jar again. Put your hands in another motherfucking pickle jar again. But you are not in the country. You are not over there with Miss Sheila. And ain't nobody finna tell me this bitch didn't put her hand in the pickle jar. Karen said, get your pickles out your jar. But bitch, it was forks. It was not. Don't you put your nasty hands down in that damn pickle jar like that, girl. You wrong as hell for that. Oh, girl, bitch. You over here touching on everything and then gonna put your girl. Ashley made me so damn mad when I said, girl, what is you doing? And y'all not gonna check her? I don't want no pickles. Don't worry about it. No, ma'am, don't worry about it. I don't want none. I'm good with your nasty. I said, no, girl, no, they didn't. Show Ashley shaking the guy, getting the damn pickle, shaking it a little bit, putting it on her plate. Bitch, you can have the whole jar, ma'am. You're good. Silly. Bitch, I said, what the fuck is this? You are not at home. You are not feeding the boys. So Karen, she gives a speech. Okay, she over there highlighting how the girls, well, really, she was trying to say me and Robyn are not in a great place, but Robyn still showed up. Here go Robyn being on the defense because she's not ready to talk about Juan right out the gate. Why she gotta say my name? Why is she saying my name? Like, I'm just saying, I thought we were good. Why are you saying my name? Like, well, don't say my name. I'm just like, Robyn, you're doing too much, girl. You're doing like, just chill. And then Juan, who's also afraid to address his host, who's finally starting to come around because he ain't got no job. He decides to go ahead and walk off and go back to pickleball. And little Mr. Nneka boyfriend, I'm sorry, I keep saying boyfriend. Little Miss Nneka's husband followed behind him to go back and play. Because I think I heard Juan say, I'm not going to sit here and listen to that shit or something like that. I'm not going to be a part of that shit. What it is you thought that she was going to say something to you, but I don't think that's what Karen was going to do at all. She was just saying, listen, I wanted to bring us all together because I know that we all have our issues. Me and Robyn even have our issues, but she still decided to show up. Robyn showed up. Okay? But, you know, if you can't take the heat, then get your bitch out the kitchen. So go ahead and go back on the court, baby. Anywho, what else happened? So they sit down, and I don't know how the conversation got started, but I think Candiace asked if Nneka and Wendy were good. And then Nneka said something like, yeah, things between she and I didn't go well or something like that. So they talked, okay? Ashley opens up the conversation, immediately taking accountability, as she did on last week, for relaying a very improper, inaccurate message to Wendy, okay? Let me see. Okay. Boom. All right. So Ashley apologized, whatever it was, took accountability, all of that. I put in my notes and I was looking at it because I'm like, do I want to say that now or later? But anywho, so basically I said, let's say that Wendy's family did call Nneka. And they did go off, okay? Or at least not called Nneka, they called the cousin-in-law, and they did go off. Not once does it appear to me that Nneka considered the fact that if Wendy is upset, it could potentially be because of the bullshit Ashley said. Not once did you take the time out to consider if that is true, and these are Wendy's genuine feelings. Could it be based on what Ashley told her? Because you don't really know what it is that Ashley said. So instead of that, and you considering the source, okay, and what all happened, instead you chose to have beef with Wendy, which confirms to me that there was a sit down between you and Gizelle and Ashley to come to Wendy with the bullshit. Because how were you so upset right out of the gate and never even once considered the fact that Ashley told Wendy something, which is likely what has her upset and her family upset? Let me clear this up. Here's another thing that I'm going to highlight. Wendy also said towards the end of the episode that, bitch, you had her number. So if you had her number and she gave it to you the first day that she met you, you could have been called. Because ain't nobody mama finna sit on the phone and talk about a shrine or whatever the hell she finna do to me, and I'm not finna reach out. Why are you sitting there only relying on third-party information, especially you as a, what is it? Are you an attorney? Are you, so you understand how to break things down. You understand the logic of things, right? Logical reasoning and all of that. You get it? You know how to break down all of that. Okay, got you. So with that, I just full of shit is what it's giving to me. Okay, full of shit is what it's giving to me. You know how this works. You know how this go, girl. You could have called that lady on the phone like, hey, what is this I'm hearing about, you know, your mom? She kind of called my cousin-in-law and she went off, or whatever the case was. You went around having conversations with everybody but with the person you need to have a conversation with. Girl, it's not looking good for you. And I still want to like you, despite who you're really friends with on the show. But this ain't adding up, sis. This ain't, girl. Ooh, good. Interesting. So then Nneka says she doesn't know. Okay, so then this is when Candiace was like, yo, are y'all good though? So like, okay, I know there was a misunderstanding. Ashley is clearing it up, but like, what's up? Like, are y'all straight or whatever? And Nneka was like, well, I don't really know her. I don't really know her to have an issue with her. And Wendy's like, yeah, like we don't even know each other to have an issue. Like, I just said that. So you're repeating what it is that I say. No, bitch. No, BITC fucking H. Okay? Heavy on the baby hairs. No, bitch. She's agreeing with you. She's not really repeating what you're saying, ma'am. She's agreeing with you. See, you came into this shit on some opposition. You wanted to be a op so bad. And op you shall be. And for you, unfortunately, you think op only stops at Wendy. It doesn't, because the fans have been chewing you. Okay, so girl, it ain't looking good. Okay, so then, yeah, Nneka gets this attitude. I just said that you're repeating yourself. Whatever. She came on here so she could beef with Wendy, because it really ain't even got to be that damn deep. Okay. Nneka said that she so when Wendy's like, I'm just saying that I don't really know you to have an issue with you. She was like, yeah, but I did hear that you have a problem with me. Okay. Girl, who said that? Who told you I had a problem? Girl, like, I'm still confused because I'm stuck on the first part of what we said. And the first part is, bitch, I don't even know you to feel away. So I'm just, girl, who said that? Okay. So then she talks about how Wendy's mom called her in-law and had some stuff to say. And Wendy's like, well, girl, who's your in-law? And then she tells her who the in-law is. And Wendy looking like, okay, that don't mean she my goddamn friend. I don't know this lady. Girl, what is going on? So then she tells her, like, your sister called, going off about this, going off about that, or whatever, and that your mom submitted my name to a shrine. Okay. So Wendy is looking confused. I'm looking confused. Like, how is this Wendy's fault if that's something that her mama cooked up and came up with? How is this Wendy's fault? Thank you so much, Jay Sanders, for the super chat. The way you said, Ashley, you are not in the country with Miss Sheila. Jami, you are crazy. Come help me off the floor. Thank you so much for the for the super chat. I appreciate it. Thank you. But yeah, girl, like, bitch. Yeah, so how is that Wendy's fault if that's what her mama chose to do? Okay. Now I'm gonna say this, y'all. I am gonna be honest and say I don't put SHI nor AT past Wendy's mother. Any woman that can go about 10 shades lighter, I'm not gonna play with you, ma'am. I'm not gonna play with you, sweetheart. Wendy ain't even been on the show that long for you to go that many shades lighter. I can see if you probably went on, maybe she been on the show with 3 years, maybe 3 shades lighter, but you done, girl, to the 10th power plus. I'm not going to play with you, sweetheart. Okay. In addition, Wendy's mom does the most. And I'm just going to be honest, feel how the people feel. Okay. And because of that, whether she has a shrine or she doesn't, I wouldn't push it past her if she was talking some big talk, even if she wasn't going to do it. So I feel like she'd say whatever the hell. So that's just how I feel about that. Period. Thank you so much, Jarrell Corbin, for the super chat. And Nneka said this happened prior to the housewarming. Thank you so much for the super chat. Okay, got you. It happened prior to the housewarming. You talk about the whole blow up over the phone. Well, then why she came on the show being fake as hell, talking about some, hey, Wendy, this, that, and the other. And then after Ashley told Wendy some tea, then she want to come and get, and then Ashley retracted it. Then you want to come and get an attitude with somebody. Like, I guess, girl. Oh no, that's I guess it's more to the story, honey. Let's see. Wendy, thank you for the super chat. Let's see what else is going on. So Wendy looking confused. How is this Wendy's fault? So at some point, Wendy said that when Nneka was trying to explain how everything went down, Wendy thought that she was saying that she called the in-law. And Wendy said, I didn't call your in-law. And then Nneka was like, no, BIT, I said it was your sister. And then she said, no, you just said it was me. And I'm like, girl, it's not that. Like, why are we making it that particular? Bitch, the shit was said. Like, it don't matter who called who, girl. Let's get to the point. Okay. So then Nneka cusses at Wendy. I thought Wendy cussed at Nneka first, but she didn't. And Nneka says, well, let me clear that shit up then. And then Wendy said, well, clear it the fuck up then. And then Nneka calls this woman a bitch. I said, yeah, I would have been done talking. I'm good. We good, baby. Don't worry about it. We good. Because you've been coming for me since I sat the fuck down. Like, girl, we ain't got nothing to talk about. But you just called me a bitch. Now, see, I'll be wrong if I pull a Mia and throw this motherfucking word on your ass. Okay? I'll be wrong as hell. So I'm not even going. We ain't got to talk. You right. You right. I'm wrong, girl. Go ahead. You right. So, anywho, then Nneka shows us a screenshot saying that Wendy's mom called. Girl, that's not, what is that? What is that? What's that? That ain't telling us that, okay, she called. And we know y'all have people in common. We want to hear the audio recording of what the hell was said. That's what we want to hear. Okay? Now, again, I don't put in that past her. But just because I don't put in that past her doesn't mean she did it. It's a possibility that that lady never said no shit like that to you. And it's a possibility that your cousin or your in-law, the third party person, could have overhyped the situation to you. So you over here getting angered and upset based off of what somebody else told you. Okay, so that's another thing that I'm questioning. But anywho, Wendy starts. Now, see, this is where Wendy started to deflect for me. Wendy gets her ass up and starts strutting around, modeling around, talking about you've been jealous from the very beginning. And I'm like, Wendy, wait, girl, ain't nobody jealous of you, girl. You done went and got that work done on your body, and now your confidence is through the roof. Congratulations. But that girl, honestly, truly, she's not hating on your physique. She might be hating on some other stuff or something, but like, girl, what the hell? You're jealous. You're jealous of everything. And just like doing the fucking, I'm like, Wendy, sit your ass down. Girl, sit your ass down, because now you deflecting. And this ain't looking good because I'm over here defending you. But when you do shit like this, it's looking like, girl, what? Sit your ass down. Anywho, and then for you to say that she was jealous from day one makes me question. The fact that you said this girl was jealous from day one makes me question whether your sister and them really did get that call to the in-laws. Because how would you know she's quote unquote jealous from day one? You just met her. So that's not making sense. So for the person that sent the super chat that was saying, Nneka said it happened before the housewarming, you're probably right, because Wendy over here talking about you were jealous from the beginning. So y'all must have both known each other from the beginning. Maybe Nneka did try to use your name to try to get on this show, just like Courtney did with Kandi. I don't put it past them. I feel like Real Housewives have recycled storylines like this before, and it's very possible that Nneka did try to be like, oh, me and Wendy know each other. We're both, Nigerian, sisters, or whatever the case is, trying to use Wendy to get on the show. And Wendy probably was like, I don't mind, you know what I'm saying, looking out and getting you on the show. That's not a thing for me, but don't be sitting up here acting like you know me when you really don't. Maybe she took offense to that. I don't know. But when you said that, it definitely made my eyebrows raise. Like, what? Jealous from the beginning? But you don't even know her. So why would she be jealous from the beginning? What you got for you to strut around like that? Like, that was weird. I'm not gonna lie. So anywho, here's the thing for me though. She does it every time. Y'all over here beef the fuck out. Girl, ain't they over here? And the person that had their hand in the mix the whole goddamn time gets to do what she always do. Sit back and watch, bitch. She had a hand in that that Candiace and Monique situation along with Gizelle. And that was revealed when they did the flashbacks and the things that did not make the show, when they gray it out and they give you like the flashback and stuff like that. Yeah, Ashley had a hand in some of that that went down. And then, yet here you are. You had your hand in this. And then you turn around and then now you want to sit up there and retract it. But that was like a little too late. But because she sat up there and said that, oh, I told the wrong information or whatever the case is, now it's gone. Like, she feels like she's in the clear. And y'all just arguing because that's something that y'all chose to do. No, Ashley, you said something. And whatever it was that you said made Wendy upset is what I'm thinking. Wendy could have possibly talked to the sister and them about it because you are putting off voodoo and other things onto their family. Okay, so if it's not a good look in Nigeria or whatever the case is, girl, you making it difficult for them to go back to their country or whatever the case is. You probably making it difficult for the family members that are still over there because of the shit that you saying. So Wendy probably was upset. Had the conversation with her mom and them, and because maybe the sister knows that Nneka it is the cousin to that girl, she could have called and said some stuff. She could have called and went the hell off. But again, that was the sister going off because, again, you putting that shit off on their family. If the mama went off, that was the mama. They probably went the hell off on your ass, said she was going to put your name in the shrine. I don't think that's right, but I don't put that past her, and it possibly did happen. But at the end of the day, I don't think that has anything to do with Wendy, because Wendy never came to you to express how upset she was with you about it. That's how they feel. And I feel like they have every right to feel that way if you're trying to push this narrative onto their family like they practice voodoo and they're witches or whatever the case is, when you know how harmful it is to y'all community. Okay? So, girl, at the end of the day, that could have been a conversation for you to come and have with Wendy, but instead you took that third-party information and you ran with it. And another thing it makes me think about is that you was guilty of some shit. For you were guilty of something and you knew that you was wrong, for you to just take whatever it is the in-law is saying and run with it and automatically put it off on Wendy like Wendy's the problem or something. I don't know. Some not right, girl. Girl, you flawed as hell. Yes, you is. But Wendy, sit your ass down, girl. Okay. So Wendy brings up the Osu article. And she feels like Nneka saying this about the shrine is her way of trying to connect the two, trying to put this narrative out there of her family being Osu and all of this other stuff. So she's like, it all makes sense now. You had this conversation with Ashley about the article, even though Nneka did not bring that up, Ashley brought that up. Even though Nneka was just explaining something, she never really said that that's what your family does. For Wendy, she's looking at it like, for y'all to have this conversation and then for you to reiterate some BS when you know that there was a false article out there about my family, I see the type of bullshit that you own, and I got you, right? So then Robyn, she tells Ashley, like, yo, the girl said more. I don't know when she said this, but she was just like, there's more to the story, but Wendy's not letting her talk, or whatever the case was. Robyn was like, y'all should go off and have a one-on-one. So Wendy does one of the weirdest things, which is instead of her having a one-on-one with the person she's directly arguing with, she goes and she pulls Mia to the side to have a conversation with Mia, a person that you just called slow not too long ago, a person that you barely spoke to when y'all got there, and now you want to resolve some issues with her. I don't like that, because for me, I'm seeing you as a person that's not trying to, stop any. I don't know. I just don't see you as a person that would try to halt Nneka in any way as far as coming on the show and being good friends with these ladies. But for you to overlook her and go straight to Mia and pull Mia, it was kind of giving, you want her to feel like the outcast a little bit. I don't know, that was just weird. Like, if I'm still beefing with a bitch that threw a drink in my face, I don't have to pull you to the side and have a conversation with you. You could have just had that conversation with Nneka. Like, y'all the ones that's arguing. Like, some about it was just awkward. Like, I don't know, Wendy. Like, I be here for you, but I can't rock with everything. Thank you so much, Lisa, for the super chat. Nneka asked Ashley what kind of doctor was Wendy, but then she what? Then she what? On this whole then she went on this whole campaign about knowing Wendy. Confusion. She says, I agree. Wendy told her mama. The mama was elevated, and Wendy doesn't want to admit she told Susan. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. She about had that conversation, and everybody got upset, and then it could have possibly, went in either way. But yeah, so with the Wendy, thank you for the super chat, Lisa. So with Wendy, I just thought that was weird to pull Mia to the side. I don't know, like, that was just, I ain't get that. Like, out of all people, Mia is who you want to make up with. You came out better pulling Robyn to the side, because Robyn's sitting right next to you. You know what I'm saying? I guess, but okay then, girl. So anywho, Robyn talking about something. This is Wendy's. She said this is classic Wendy's one-on-one deflection. And I said, well, number one, bitch, you would know. You would know about deflection, wouldn't you? Okay. Then number two, that wasn't the deflection. The deflection was when she got her ass up trying to show off her body, talking about somebody jealous of her. Like, girl, how did we even get there? We're talking about your mama and what your mama supposedly said. Why are you trying to model around and make this about somebody being jealous of you, girl? What are you talking about? Okay, that was the deflection for me. Now, Juan. So while they over there talking about some voodoo and stuff, I think Candiace was over there trying to tell Nneka, like, girl, you cannot hold Wendy accountable for how her family feels. Like, that's how they feel. And I kind of agree with that, because you insulted a whole family. You didn't just insult Wendy. So if the mama and the sister is feeling away, Wendy could feel away, but she hasn't approached you on that yet. So you got to wait until she talks to you, or whatever the case. You could have handled that better, and you didn't. Anywho, Juan ass playing pickleball, and girl, pickleball ain't got to be that damn hard, one that you done ran into the damn gate and knocked all the beans down, honey. So then you go Karen talking about some talk to her woman to woman. Karen gonna go over to the one, tell her, so talk to me, woman to woman. You got a problem with me, girl? No, she done call this man a woman too. Girl, these people crazy. So Wendy tells Candiace, yes, that Nneka got her number. She did say that. And that's when I was like, so then why you just couldn't call that lady if you had her number the whole time? Wendy's talking about God working overtime on her and then clocked out on Nneka. Bitch, you look stupid as girl. Ma'am, you look a fool. You look the fool. I don't care about none of the fans. I don't care about how nobody feel. That's how you feel. Congratulations. Wendy made herself look a damn fool. Right along with Nneka in that moment. I'm like, you already winning. You ain't even got to do the extraness. It was giving that you felt like she came on the show to come at you, and I understand that. And you were overdoing it, trying to show how unbothered you were. It was giving a heightened energy. You was on the high end, whereas Robyn's on the low end of that same type of want to be unbothered thing. And that irritated me. And then for you to sit up there and try and say that lady, I'm sorry, I'm gonna say, like, feel away, girl. Like, don't sit up there and be like, God worked overtime on me when you know that you was in the surgeon's office getting worked on overtime. Stop that. Tap, because y'all have a lot in common and y'all both are very educated. She may not have children yet. I'm sure it's coming, but like, what is going on? What is that about? As much accolades as you have and as beautiful as you are, that was given a bit of insecurity. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know. I'm like, okay, girl, I don't know, girl. Bitch, I was disappointed, bitch. I'm just gonna be real honest with you. I don't know what number your mom has done. You know what I'm saying? I know she got her own insecurities the way she'd have bleached herself the fuck out. But for you to do, I was just like, Wendy, you better than that. Stop that. Don't do that. But I just feel like you made yourself look crazy and then you dancing around just because God worked overtime on me and he clocked out on you. I was like, girl, sit your ass down. What is you doing? And even Candiace, that's why I'm hollering. Because Candiace was like, on that note, I need to get me some water. Or what or whatever she said. I don't know if Candiace was like, I need to get something to eat. But Candiace was just Candiace kind of looked at her like, and on that note, I need to get me some water. Yeah, bitch, I would have walked off on her ass the same way. Like, yeah, y'all know that little girl that be going around on Instagram. They be like, yeah, that's me. She over here. Yeah, girl, let me get the fuck from over here because I don't know what Wendy is on. I don't know what she got going on. Like, Wendy, you made yourself look a fool. I'm sorry. I can't take it. So here go messy Mia. Mia makes the Nigerian husbands have the conversation. I can't even remember how the conversation came up about damn Facebook. Oh, I think that Mia went to Nneka and told her, y'all need to have a conversation. This was after she and Wendy talked, okay? Wendy did all of that just to tell Mia that we could coexist. Why did you pull me to the side to talk about how we could coexist when that's all we've been doing is coexisting any damn way? Girl, I know you ain't gonna fuck with me. I'm not gonna fuck with you. It is what it is. Okay, whatever. But anywho, so then that's when Mia went to Nneka. She said, y'all need to have a conversation, just a misunderstanding, whatever. And then I think this is when Nneka brought up the whole, oh, Eddie unfollowed my husband and all of this stuff, okay? So they go over there. Mia's trying to get all in the business, trying to find out what's going on between the guys. Eddie is confused. He don't even know, like, when did I follow you to unfollow you, baby? Like, Eddie is lost, okay? So here's the thing. See if I got my notes right. I said, number one, I don't think Eddie remembers adding him to his Facebook because at one point, and we talked about that earlier on, in order to even get on Facebook, you had to have a college email. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the beginning he was just adding people because they went to the same college or whatever, right? On top of them being Nigerian. So it could have been that. All right. What else? Now, I do believe it could be two things. One, it could be that I really think Eddie probably don't even remember being this man's friend. And I feel like Eddie and maybe even Nneka's husband aren't on this. They probably don't even be on Facebook like that as doctors anyway, is what I'm thinking. Two, I think that Wendy could have possibly removed him from Eddie's Facebook based on the stuff that Nneka was saying to Ashley or whatever. So she probably felt the way about it. And it could have been Wendy that removed them. Or it could have been Nneka that removed him because she felt the way about their family putting her name and her husband's name or whatever on a shrine, this, that, and the other. So Nneka could have went and removed them. So they can't get access to photos or whatever the case is to do whatever voodoo work she thinks that they're doing. So that's what I'm thinking. But here's the other question. How did you know that man removed you as his friend on Facebook? You have to be looking for somebody on your page to know that they have removed you as a friend. So then that makes me believe that Nneka removed them as the friend on Facebook and making it seem like Eddie did it. And I'm not going to put that past her, especially if there was a narrative out there saying that you tried to use Wendy's name as a way for you to get on the show or network with the ladies or whatever the case is. Then I won't put that past you for you to be the person to go and remove this man from the page, especially based on the things that the family said. And a lot of times NIGGAs don't care about shit like that. It be the women that care about shit like that, about being unfollowed or unfriended on social media. A lot of dudes don't give a damn. Like, okay, like I ain't even know you unfollow me. Like, what the hell? Okay, then cool. So that leads me to two women. It leads me to Wendy and it leads me to Nneka. But because Nneka brought this up and made this a thing, Nneka, I think you did it. I do. And another thing, I think you did this purposely. So that just in case whatever narrative you were trying to use against Wendy to be so opposite of her while you're on this show, be so much of an op, if that plan did not work out, you were going to force the narrative of this whole unfollow and create some type of division that way so that you will still have an angle and a reason to go with Wendy. So that's just how I break it down, and that's how it makes sense to me. I think that you are the common denominator, and I think that you are the problem. What else? Wendy's over there. The husbands are trying to talk. Eddie is confused because he just got bombarded out of nowhere. He's trying to explain this. Wendy's over there talking to her husband like, let's move on. Let's calm down. Let's not even worry about it. And Nneka, who's always looking for a problem. Wendy wasn't even in her husband's face. This BITCH tells Wendy to back up out her husband's face and let the men talk. First of all, BITCH, tell your nigga to get out my nigga face. How about that? And as close as he gonna be, bitch, I'm gonna be just as close. So if you really want to get into the action there, bitch, we really can get into it because I should have whooped your ass when we was over there. Okay, you think the ball's gonna be the only thing getting pickled in this bitch, and I'm really this close, but you better be glad that I got a lot on the motherfucking line to lose, bitch. Understand? Because she wanna, girl. No, ma'am. Don't know who the hell you think you talking to, bitch. Good. Let me say, y'all, Nneka was on one, baby. Nneka was on one. Then she sat up there and said something about Wendy, and then Wendy said, yo, mama. I said, I know that's right. Wendy said, yo, mama. How about that? Keep my mama name out your mouth. How about that? Yo, mama. Yo, mama. This BIT said, your mama is a witch. I said, and it would have been in that moment that the fire would have gotten slapped out. It would have been in that moment that the fire would have gotten slapped the fuck out. And you continuing to push this when you know how harmful it is in our community, girl. You trying to get me shunned. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that fire would have came out on her ass for sure. Yep, them balls wouldn't have been the only thing getting pickled, honey. But that was the episode. That is the episode, honey. It was cute. It was cute for what it was. It was all right. It really didn't pick up, I feel like, to the end. I mean, I was really only interested in the Robyn and Gizelle conversation and the very end to see how Nneka was gonna come at Wendy and what that whole dynamic was about. I'm tired of Ashley Darby escaping the fire. I wish that she was getting at work like she used to get at the top of the show. That's why I used to really like Robyn. Okay. I used to really like Robyn because I never liked Ashley. Ashley has kind of grown on me a little bit, and then she reminds me like, goddamn, Ashley can't take you. But when Robyn used to eat Ashley up, I used to love it. some about it. Okay. But things have changed, and Ashley continues to get away because honestly, Ashley is good at this reality game, whether we like it or not. Okay, whether I like it or not, Ashley is good at this shit. Okay, but they need to bring Katie back for your ex. What Katie told Ashley outside on the beach that time when she told her she's like, "Are you stupid or are you dumb?" or something she said, and Robyn could not stop laughing when Katie was going in. Please bring Katie back. Please bring Katie back. Katie was hilarious. But anyway, Ashley keep getting away with shit. Y'all know something else Ashley finna get away with? That fight at the end of the season. Watch what I tell you. She done brought Deborah around, knowing the ladies don't really want her around for real. You keep trying to force her on us. You brought her to the damn housewarming. Even Wendy, who's supposed to be your friend, is like, why are you bringing her? Like, girl, do you know what she tried to say and put lies out there about my husband, this, that, and other? You got still bringing her around us? Like, girl, what? And you about to bring her to that party where she's going to try to run up on Candiace or whatever the case is and get done up. You know what I'm saying? And I bet you nobody's going to say anything to Ashley about her bringing this girl around. They're going to find somebody else to put the issue off on. They're probably going to try to put it off on Kiana because she was defending herself after Deborah hit her in the face with the purse. So, Ashley, your friend is unhinged. Let this be the last time you bring her around this girl. Stop forcing her on us the way you forced Michael on us and the way he forced him. Girl, let me stop. The way you and Michael are, okay? Stop forcing these people on us, girl, okay? But either way, that's all that I have. I thank you guys so much for watching. Definitely go ahead and like up the video if you have yet to do so. Subscribe to the channel. Okay, subscribe to the channel. All that great jazz. I'm about to go ahead and hop off here, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
King of my city and cul-de-sac. Coming out swinging like soldier rags. Leading my people like quarterback. Boy, I study this shit, I'm an almanac. Had to get up and grind. Knowledge is booming, I'm here to apply. Came with the chip and the dip, it just single the mind. We finna do more to survive. I need my check. Spinning the block for the Gouda. We hitting the jeweler to flood out the net. We don't do beef for computers, I'm straight out the sewer. We come when you rest. Niggas be looking perplexed, so keeping my foot on their neck. No map, I trust my gut for the quest. With drama, I'm fully abreast. I was ready for years and they doubted me. All of a sudden they tell me they proud of me. I been dropping these haters like calories. Cross them out, I came back with some batteries. Stand for my honor, but too raw, no corner. Packing the stick with a drummer. Wanna catch my bad, won't fumble. I done came too far.